Hey Starshine, how are you? I'm TK, and today I will play The Path. Now, The Path is a game that I guess you could say it holds a special place in my heart, and I'll get more into that later because there'll be plenty of time to just talk about random things. But to start you off, this is based off of Little Red Riding Hood, as especially seen through Robin here. But right here we have 6 sisters, the youngest being Robin, who is I think about 8. Then Rosie. No, Robin is 6. Rosie's around 8. Or just Rose, not Rosie. Ginger is about 13, I think. Ruby's about 15, 16. Carmen is 18, 19, and Scarlett's around 20, 21, I think. But yes, they're all Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Robin Hood. Little Robin Hood. But no, Little Red Riding Hood. And we have to go to Grandma's place. So I'm gonna go off. I don't think I'm gonna do the entire game. I just kinda wanna show it off. It's not super exciting to watch like the whole thing unless you're the one doing the exploring and everything. So I'm just gonna start and do my favorite girl, Ruby. And we are going to go to Grandma's house. Tale of Tales presents. I think we're on a bus or something. I think that's what the sound is. We're on a bus leaving the city to go to the forest so that we can go to Grandma's house. As a very loud bus. Okay. Go to grandmother's house. Hi, birdie! What's up? Bye, bird. I think it would have interacted, but I scared it away. The controls in this game are a little bit weird. Little bit weird. We can run. But the more we run, the camera goes farther back and it starts to get dark and breathe. Well, okay, maybe it's not so bad when you're on the path. You'll see. Okay. Anyway, let's stop talking about things that I'm not doing yet. And you know, we can just stay on this nice little path. I mean, why would we go into the forest? I mean, look at that. It's so boring. Let's just stay on the path. That's what it told us to do. Right? We always do what the games tell us to do, right? Follow the purple fog. Purple's my favorite color. Why wouldn't I? So, there's Grandma's house. Now let's go off the path because we don't want to go to Grandma's house after all. Ooh, there's something shiny. So, yep, let's not be on the path because that's not exciting at all. I could go to Grandma's house, but that would be a waste of time because it's honestly pretty boring. So let's interact with the flower. So to interact with things, you have to not touch anything, which is kind of weird. 1 of 144. And if I remember correctly, 144 was the developer name either for this or another game. I think it was another game that they were working on. But anyway, as I was saying, this game holds a very special place in my heart because it was like the first thing that really made me look at horror and scary things in a completely different way. As sort of an artsy, macabre, sublime sort of way, you know, where it's like not just this horrible emotion that you don't want to feel, but something that can actually be kind of beautiful. And okay, I suppose I suppose this is a good time because, you know, Halloween, it's the spooky month. If you haven't noticed, I'm totally into Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. I love October. I love scary stuff. I love horror. I love all of that. But I used to hate it, like, so much. I mean, okay, so when I was about 5 or 6, I saw The Others and then The Sixth Sense. And those were the two movies that, like, okay, nowadays I've seen them both and neither of them are all that scary. The Others is a little bit scary. Sixth Sense, nah. But ooh, look at this. Can we interact with it? Oh, apparently that's for Ginger to do. Yeah, there are different things here that you can interact with, and I think every object in the forest, there are 2 sisters that can interact with them. That's Scarlet. Scarlet does. She's the pianist. But anyway, sorry. Going back to what I was saying, is that I saw The Others and I saw The Sixth Sense and was horrified by both of them. I've always been very prone to nightmares ever since I was a little kid. I get sleep paralysis. I get all that lovely stuff that makes sleeping just lovely for me. But so as a kid, watching those 2 movies made it very hard to sleep at night. I was very terrified. I spent way too much time. Okay, that's roses. Whoa, but what? Okay, camera change. Bye! Ugh! Why did that scare me? Anyway, I spent way too much time thinking about it and laying in bed being terrified. And so I decided, come on, interact with the phone. I swore off horror movies or horror anything. Well, specifically horror movies because that was all I really knew was horror. I was terrified of the Haunted Mansion at Disney World, which is now my favorite Disney ride, FYI. I won't get into that, though. Anyway, I think, wait. What's around here? Oh, we're not going that way. Shh, I know you probably saw something, but no, it's not there. Just ignore that for now. We're gonna deal with that later. I'm gonna find some interactive stuff. Oh gosh. So anyway, I'm trying to tell a story and I'm failing at it. I swore off horror movies. I'm absolutely terrified by them. This is your trail. Now you know where you have been in the forest. Every 100 meters you have traveled, your trail will be displayed. My mouse is off the window and... Hello? Oh gosh. Give me a second. Okay. Ooh, got it. Got it. Heck yeah. Anyway. Gosh, I keep getting interrupted. So I swore off horror movies. Didn't want anything to do with them. And then as I got a little bit older, my older brother got into some horror games. Specifically Penumbra, and I know everyone's going to disagree with me, but I consider this a horror game, BioShock. And so I was super curious about them. Like, even though I knew that they were horror, I was just like, ooh, I can understand wanting to get out, but only a fool would escape to this place. Okay. Let's walk around a bit. So I ended up, like, asking him to play the game on a regular basis, on those games on a regular basis, because I was so curious about them, even though I was horrified by them. but like really... What? What the? Okay. I can't run right now, by the way. If you notice it's all colorful, that's because this is a specific area where the wolf can be, but this is not where my wolf is. Each girl has a different wolf. And that one is Carmen's. But any hootie. So I was super curious, and I would watch over his shoulder and be terrified by the dogs in Penumbra and the splicers in BioShock, but I was so morbidly curious. I couldn't help it. A scarecrow and no birds. Efficient. Wish I had one like that to keep idiots away. Nice. Touch it. Aha! Got your head. This is your basket. All memories collected in the forest are stored in your basket. Hold down space to see it. If you give me your head, you will please me so much more. From a silver platter, I shall eat you. Oh, that's a reference to... Oh, crap. Ah! I jumped! What was that? Oh. Hi, Grandma. I got an object for Grandma. Flowers like these only last for a short while after they are picked. Oh, look, she's laying in the field. That's kind of nice. Different objects that you find. Oh, don't come close if you want something from me. Whatever it is, I probably don't have it. Just leave me alone. Each object you find changes what's in Grandma's house when you visit her. And then with each girl, they have different things that they say when they interact with things or when they sit down or anything. So you get some of their personality. Ruby is like typical emo goth teen. She likes decay. She likes creepy things. She's kind of a loner. Blah blah blah. Anywho, I'm still not done talking about my stuff, with my story about how I started liking horror stuff. So, Super was interested in watching my brother play those games, even though I was too terrified to play them myself. And there's a flower over here. But eventually I started watching Let's Plays. It was actually how I started watching Let's Plays, was watching horror game Let's Plays, because I was too scared to play them myself. I think I started with Tobuscus, playing Amnesia. Because that's Amnesia is how the Let's Players boomed. And after that, I think I got into PewDiePie, and that eventually led me to the Grudge video game, the one for the Wii. And I was super into that. Like, oh, I loved watching him play that. It was so scary, but I loved it. It was mostly like a jump scare simulator, but it was, I loved it back then. And that eventually led me to watching the Grudge movie, the American remake. And now I love the Grudge movies, like the entire franchise. I have seen every movie in the franchise since the new one. That's the Rain Girl and the Grudge girls, Kayako and Sayek, whatever. I can't remember their names. It's the only one I haven't seen, so that means I've seen like a dozen movies, all based on the Grudge. Or Ju-on the Grudge, but yeah, I could talk forever about that, but I won't. But eventually that did lead me to this game. I don't remember exactly what it was, but something like... What was it? I think I saw fan art or something that led me to the Wikipedia article. And I was horrified by the Wikipedia article reading about it, because it was like... I'll have to put it up on screen if I remember. I drew a comic of my reaction to reading the wiki article, and it's really badly drawn, but I'll have to put it up because it's hilarious. I got so scared. I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep easily. I was so scared. I went around in a circle. So I was so scared, but I eventually just got really interested in it because it looked so pretty. And it was so mysterious and strange. My curiosity just like burned inside me and I had to check it out. And I think I found someone playing it on YouTube. Actually, this may have been before I got into Let's Plays. Because I don't particularly remember... Like, I remember being really horrified by it and not usually watching that type of stuff at that point. But, so I would say it was probably after I got interested in watching my brother play Penumbra and Bioshock, but before I started watching Let's Players play Amnesia. It was just so pretty looking, and I couldn't help but be interested and curious in it, and I liked the, you know, retelling of this fairy tale, and oh, I loved it, and I got really into reading I went and I read all of the development blog for it, saved every single image that they had on the blog, because I was just so into it. Sorry, I had to drink my coffee. Though, surprise, surprise, I have coffee, which is not a surprise, but I also have Dr. Pepper. I'm mixing it up here. I got hot and cold going on. So, I don't know, I eventually played the game myself, and I got so scared by it, but so interested in it. And I eventually got, no, hey Carmen. I just eventually got like this bravery for this stuff, and I really got into it, and that's what I eventually read Doom Buggies, which is a website all about the Haunted Mansion, and was learning about the Haunted Mansion and how it was made, and everything that made me super interested in it. It was the same, I worked at a haunted house as a kid because my cousin owned one, and I was terrified of it until I started working there, and I felt it was so cool. But anyway, I really need to stop blabbering on about how much I love this stuff, and just, that's our woof. So like I said, each girl has her own woof. Mine is the charming woof. Oh, I thought I heard speaking. I think it's just singing. Ooh. We have the charming woof. That is... How much you want to bet there's a body in there? Hi. Hello? Nope. Nope, don't interact with it yet. Nope. I'm not here. I am... Oh, okay. Now we get the cutscene. There's definitely a body in there. Are you flipping kidding me? There's undoubtedly a body wrapped up in that rug. There's such beauty in decay. Rust is lovelier than paint. Though I doubt old age will happen to me. Get the bear. So yeah, she kind of, part of the reason I think that I like her... Come on, interact. I think part of the reason I really like her is because, one, I was like a wannabe scene kid. I was totally into like the gothic stuff, mostly because of like stuff like this game. 2 heads on 1 bear makes sense to me. Okay, interact with that. But yeah, this game kind of taught me that, hey, dark stuff and scary stuff can be pretty. I got a mirror. I hear growling and it's scary. I must be getting old. It's about time. Yeah! Why you scared me, sir! Leave me be. Let's get on the swing. That's fun. Are you gonna think anything or say anything? I guess not. Okay, wait, no, no, no. Don't do it again. I guess maybe we should go say hi to our wolf. So one thing from like the development blog that before we run in and give our wolf a big sloppy kiss, the point of this game, or the story behind this game, is it's a coming of age game, and each girl having their own personality and being at different stages in their life have their own wolves that kind of reflect them. Alright. Hi, Creepo. Hi. You gonna do something? I'm interacting with him. There we go. Oh, you think you're so cool. Oh, you think you're so cool, Ruby? I like the way that the, like, glow on that flare looks. Or the flame. Oh, you're such a creepo. Oh, you're such a creepo. You're getting a little girl to smoke with you. That's so messed up. You are a wolf, though. Oh, I forgot to look for his car. His car's nearby. I think it unlocks a new room, too. Because you get new rooms depending on what objects you find, too. Don't worry, guys. I'm here with you. It's okay. But here comes the worst part of the game. Alright, get up, girl. Get up. You'll see why it's the worst part of the game in a second. So the first girl, specifically, it's the worst. Get up, Ruby. Sweetheart, get up. It's okay. This is as fast as she can walk. We have to walk all the way up to that gate before we can do anything. So how have you guys been? Anyway, sorry. So a lot of this game, obviously, this is a very, I don't know how, I'm blanking on the word that I should use here. Symbolic, I suppose. It's artsy, it's visual storytelling, so it really, a lot of it is left up to your imagination. I don't know how much is actually supposed to be, you know, obvious to the person playing and how much is supposed to be theorized. But I've always theorized that upon meeting your wolf, your girl is killed or eaten up, you know, a la the wolf eating the girl. Oh, we never met the girl in white, so I can't tell you much more. I suppose you should just play the game yourself, or maybe I'll play the whole game, but I doubt it. But you're eaten up by the wolf. And I think with each grandmother's house... Okay, so before we go in, if you just went straight to your grandma's house at the beginning, it would be a completely normal house. Okay, interact with the gate. Come on. There we go. Now we can skip, so we don't have to watch her walk all the way up to the house. Because that's a cutscene. But it would be a normal house if you just went straight to the house. But since we met our wolf, if you just sit there, you just hear growling and it's dark. But you press W to move forward and you go through the house. And there's a bunch of strange stuff now. The house is completely distorted. And you'll notice different things for each girl. Each girl, depending on her wolf, has a completely different house post-wolf meeting. So for Ruby's, I didn't unlock any rooms, I don't think. You know, so there's fire, there's smoke. He's surrounded by engine sounds. There's a crashed car near the playground. If you, I forgot to look for it. There's tires there. You go inside an engine, which makes me think that it's supposed to be a sign of like his eating her or killing her was done by like running her over with a car. So here's Grandma's room. And you see like the imagery of being hit. Her being like broken and shattered makes me think, yeah, with each girl, I feel like this is supposed to be imagery of how they were killed. And I think with her, it was being hit by a car. I only unlocked one special room, which I think was the locker room. Success! You get a failure if you don't encounter the wolf. So it's like, you tell us not to go into the forest, and then you give me a failure. You found the abandoned playground. I only got a C ranking, though, because I didn't look too much for things. You can... I've played this game to... I want to say completion. In finding every item and every flower in the past, but I don't remember if I did. Maybe I didn't find all the flowers. I remember I played the demo where you just play the girl in white, which we did not run into, but I played the demo for like 2 hours and got 143 flowers and could not find that last flower. But anyway, you will notice that Ruby is no longer here, and she will remain absent. But we can play each other girl. I'm going to end that here for now, and I'm just going to assume that this is going to be a one-shot, and I'm going to play it again. But, you know, let me know in the comments or however, Twitter, whatever. Tell me if you want me to play more of this, if you're curious to. Otherwise, play it yourself, or, I don't know, maybe someone else has played the whole thing on YouTube. But I totally would be willing to play this and theorize and talk about each of the girls, you know, because I like each and every one of them. Except for Scarlet, she's boring. No, Scarlet's fun. I like Scarlet. I like them all. But yeah, I would be happy to play more of this, but I don't know if you guys would be interested in it. So let me know. And until next time, remember to shine your light in every world. Bye!